at you from downtown the kitchen overlooking scenic height chart. Today we're here with Darriel.
Hey, brother.
So what do we got going on today? We're going to be talking to Darriel, like we always do. Sometimes when it's just me, we still talk to me. Yeah. Mr. Sunglasses is going to be looking at a game called Star Command that's in beta, alpha. It's kind of somewhere stuck in limbo between alpha and actual beta. Going to be looking at a tabletop board card, really a board game. It's just got cards, called Sheriff of Nottingham. Singing, of course, because, well, singing. And then we got a new little section called the Nerd Zone, where we're going to be talking about a little bit of Star Wars and Star Trek fandom with Darriel, because he's the super fan of the house and probably of our workplace. I don't know, some of those DHS guys.
They are hardcore, I have to say.
Oh, the Pokemon guy.
You know Adam?
I guess. Oh,
yeah.
He's got tons of Pokemon stuff. Yeah. His particular fan, he might give you B. You don't come in with like a Picard like wig or a Jody visor or something like that.
I haven't gone to that level yet. I think he's about 2 or 3 levels higher than me on that one. But yeah, very knowledgeable.
Okay, so let's get to the first awkwardness. So the first question I was asked was a color question. What would be your color of a lightsaber?
Lightsaber. You know, I thought about this. I was just thinking about this the other day. I've taken a shine up on it to Mace Windu's saber, because there's something about like the gold, the gold inlaid saber hilt with the purple light. I think it's smooth, and also you can pick that guy out in the crowd, which is kind of what you want to do especially when you back in that period when you got like 6 or 7 or 8 Jedi and people fighting all at the same time. That guy is that dude. So yeah, I'd like to be that dude.
You'd like to be that dude, but that also sounds more like that's the dude to shoot.
Well, not necessarily, because remember, I mean, blasters are a moot point with Jedi.
Yes. Okay, fine. That's the guy to shoot with a bazooka or a rocket of some sort.
But yeah, that's always been
Cortosis plated bullet. That's a surprise. Ow!
I'm saying, and not only does it block, but it also deflects, because when necessary, the physics be whatever, you just I need to shoot you back, so I just wave it this way instead of blocking it, and it'll just go back and
my round thing. It's perfectly angled to the right spot.
Always.
They can see the future. That's why. Second question is always an animal question. What's the coolest animal?
The coolest animal.
I think I asked Jeremy that last week, but that's okay.
Okay. I would say in some recent studying I've been doing, one of the animals I've been most fascinated with at this point, or currently, is a lion. And, it's got a little bit to do with some, occult type weird, historical stuff. But like I was looking at the Great Sphinx in Giza, the Great Sphinx that guards the pyramids, and it's a body of a lion, and it's the head of the pharaoh, and I was looking at why it was built, a little bit about how it was built, and what's its significance for being there, and it's in the old ancient Egyptian language, it's called the Horus of the horizon. So it's the guardian of the sun of the horizon where the sun comes up. So it always faces due east. Now, right now, it faces a Pizza Hut. So that's not,
and it can't smell the Pizza Hut thanks to the Nazis.
Exactly. And they blew all of that off, and Napoleon had his time with it and everything. But yeah, the idea was that you had the ferocity of a lion, and you had the ability to do great things like a lion does. To be aggressive, to be in some ways, I guess, destructive or powerful. But you still had the sense of a human. That's why the human head is on top. So I thought that was really interesting. That was one of the things I was thinking about recently as far as like animals and, things like that. So my spirit animal, I guess, would be that of lion.
Lions are cool. Fill in the blank. This is the time question. There's always time for
beer.
There's always time for beer.
And I'm saying this as a guy that doesn't drink, but you know, I'm around and I'm in a family of alcoholics, and it's just my life is consumed with beer, even without having ingested it. The people in my family are hilarious enough when they drink, to where hey, here you go, here's a 6-pack, just have at it.
I've had people tell me we need to do a drunk episode, but I don't know how well with kids around and everything. That might be difficult. I did recently buy, because today was one of my shopping days, and I went and apparently anybody who wanted to ply me with samples, I bought their stuff. Not really anybody, but I got some ice cream that they did in. Smirnoff has this new stuff, and I got to get it to show you guys.
All right,
it's the fridge right there. Now, is this Powerade? Or is it an alcoholic drink?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Twist
like
off and on cap.
That's...
The flavor, have you ever had one of those little icy pops or whatever, you know, the ones that you suck on and it cuts your mouth?
Yeah.
The blue one, when you get done and you're almost done and you slurp up the last little bit of water, that's what this tastes like.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
So it's, not only does it look like Powerade, it's sugary and doesn't taste like drink.
Awesome.
But it's got the must be 21 right there.
Yeah.
Can you see?
They're making it taste more and more like Kool-Aid.
It's just like when they started doing the cigarettes with the candy flavors and they outlawed that. Well, they're getting close. I mean, it's got a twist off cap for, and the lady who advertised it actually said it's something like it's for on the go action.
On the go action.
What are you drinking that you got to be on the go while you're drinking? Now that I've opened it, unfortunately, I do have to drink some.
When you're running a marathon, but you need to be crunk, you know.
That's blue.
That's awesome. And it's also scary because it's like in that little gray area where it's like, you know, this is awesome for like cool and silly, stupid stuff, but it's kind of in the gray area between that and, you know, should I be drinking this, or like, is this marketed to little kids or what?
I don't know who it's marketed to, and it's not like it's, I mean, it looks Power-80, but it is not like have any extra or anything. Like for a while, remember they had those energy drink beers. Yeah, I think those got some sort of legislation on them. Right, because people were, I think it was like Four Loko and like that kind of deal. I remember seeing a news article where people were drinking it. And I think that the story was here in Virginia Beach, but they were talking about the whole Hampton Roads area where people were buying them at 7-Elevens and chugging them, and they were getting, you know, like zooted at the same time that they were getting drunk, and it's like makes your head explode. Yeah. So basically, they don't want the convenience of Jaeger bombs in an easy to go package. If you got to get the Jägermeister and the Red Bull and mix them. You gotta do the whole thing. You can't have an easy to go package. You know, that was the legislation. It's like crystal meth. You got to go to different stores and get all the things you need. Rather than have the crystal meth, it's called Walmart. Now you know how people at Walmart got started. Yeah. Don't try this at home, kids. Don't tell your mom we talked about it. Okay. Games. Board, card, video. What's your favorite right now? You know, I've come full circle because I was hard into console games, and I got away from that and migrated into computer games. And you know, I'm an '80s kid, so I was a tabletop all the way up until like, you know, the '90s hit. And so but I've come all the way back around because I stopped playing the console games so much, and I mean I haven't really had much reason to play the computer games. I was playing MMOs, and you know, I think we talked about this in the office too. It's like you can't really play if you're by yourself, and I'm usually by myself. So yeah. So I kind of got away from that, not because I don't like it. It's just, you know, not really much time. But I've come back around to console right now because there were a few games that I saw on the PlayStation emulator that I have. I've been playing the Japanese version of Symphony of the Night. That's been my thing recently. Yes. Why the Japanese version? Just because, or? Well, here's the thing. See, this was in that period, the end of it, but during that period where they were making Japanese games that, one, didn't come here to the States, and two,
had a lot more stuff that they cut out and censored.
They still cut out some stuff from Symphony of the Night. I figured by then it was said on Sony. It was pretty much.
Well, it was about 90% of it is the same.
Yeah.
But you can play as, I think you can play as Maria in.
One of the emulated versions, actually, you can do that now too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another way to play as Richter through the whole game too.
Right. Yeah.
And the original PlayStation release, I don't think you can do that. You're right. Yeah.
You can play as Richter, but you had to beat the game first, and you had to put a code. You just put a special code in.
That's right. And you had to do like the 110. You had to get over 100% exploration too when the castle flips and all that crap.
Yeah. So that's been kind of my thing now. I wanted to get back into tabletop, but I don't have anybody to play with, so it's kind of you know, my wife just she looks at it and is like, no.
Yeah. Plus your work hours can be a little.
Yeah, I'm on Japanese time, so and that kind of makes sense for me to get back more into some of the Japanese stuff.
Maybe you should just go ahead and what's the game? Dragon's Dogma Online and Phantasy Star Online too.
Okay, yeah.
Both of those are Japanese. There's some good English translations if you need it. You know, you can try and force yourself to whatever.
Yeah, I had a cousin that played Phantasy Star back when it was
the first one. Yeah. Well, I played the second. The second one is only in Japan. It's free to play.
Okay.
Same thing with Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma requires a VPN program because they block IP addresses, but Phantasy Star doesn't, and it's a real easy download to get the English patch going on it. And actiony, they're both action MMO-ish, so it's not you know entirely, but you know if you want to talk to the Japanese people and there's that.
Check that out.
Okay. Your archetype for either life or like when you play role-playing games: fighter, mage, rogue, or cleric.
You know what? I'm the tank.
So fighter, you can go forward.
I'm Leroy Jenkins. Sorry. I've been playing the fighter / knight character for so long. It's just my default. Like because I was playing Final Fantasy Tactics as well, and and I'm that dude. Like I'll start out as a squire and go into becoming a knight, and then from knight I'll work
like a paladin or holy knight or whatever the heck.
Right. I'll do enough in every skill set to get like ninja and samurai and so
dark
forth.
knight.
So, yeah, I'm the tank. That's me.
Well, the rest of the questions are going to be during the nerd block here in a little bit. So now it is time for me to don the bling glasses of the day. The sunglasses, that's right, deal with it. As we check out some Star Command Galaxies.
All right.
And let's give it a little bit of sound. There we go. So now, this game originally, hey look, what's my name going to be? Jojo. Jojo, Captain Jojo. No capitalization. Oh, I don't know, is that Indian, is that black? We don't know.
Yeah, that could go either way. I would say Indian. There's a little bit of shine right there at the top, so yeah, I'd say Indian by default.
We're gonna be Indian.
All right,
Indian Jojo. Okay, yeah, let's keep the access to them, folks. So it came out as a big Kickstarter and came on the iOS. And it was fun. Everyone was pissed because it didn't have everything that they promised.
Oh well, yeah.
So this is in a lot of ways kind of making up for that.
Okay.
So, as you can see, we got the ship here. And here is me, Captain Jojo.
Nice.
Hello, thank you very much. And here's our basic ship. There's a kitchen. You got to feed your guys and that sort of stuff.
Okay, so a little bit of sim in there for a good measure.
Okay, fine. And right now I am busy wandering, and I've got a single little extra helper guy. He is going to come and man the machine guns because he's cool like that. And then once there, you're going to go to this unknown location. There will eventually be more story to the game. It's still kind of early. See, this guy's talking. Yeah, that's great. And let's zoom on ahead. Oh boy. Okay, that Buddha 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 means that someone's calling me. And I don't know where the phone is now in this version. I don't know. I haven't played this shit. It's like a hollow. Oh, maybe it's all. Oh, maybe I'll be built in. I don't know. Either way. Okay. Here's a space station. So, oops. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some more crew. So I'm going to take this guy. He's going to go over to the transport pad. Having fun. Okay. So let's click back on the station and go beam. Boop. Hey, look, JoJo's here. Hey, baby. You want to join my crew? She's like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God, that's cool.
Come to JoJo.
That's right. Okay. And there's a couple of the guys you can hire if you want. You can also buy and upgrade your ships in some areas. But JoJo, where you going, JoJo?
Just wandering off.
He's like, I got me a lady. I've got to go get some cologne. Just gonna walk up here, and while we're at it, we're gonna go boop. You go back to the ship. I'm gonna go see what sort of stuff this guy might be selling. He's got a. Do you have anything to sell? Yes, he does, but I'm Poe. So, there's that. JoJo. Oh, before I do that, she's still in the pad. So cancel that. Damn it, woman, get off the pad. Oh, no, she's gone. Okay. Let's go to him. Boop, beam him back up. Yeah, beam it. Beam in action. Okay, let's go ahead and just find a place. JoJo, go back up here. Oops, I missed it. You go up there. You, Jacqueline, and the shield generator. Okay, let's speed this bad boy up over. Just explore. You can get different missions and that sort of stuff. You can beam down to planets. But some of the game is still a little bit rudimentary, like I said. The combat system in space is what they're really worried about. And they're kind of working on the planets and the crafting systems. Like you can upgrade your ship and put new stuff in, make it bigger, buy new ships. More empty space. Come on, we got to find something.
To throw a little in here, it is interesting. That's one of the things I was thinking about as well with older games versus the games that we're seeing now. I like that we're actually starting to pay a little more attention to the way the way spaceships are manned. That it's not just you get a guy and he's piloting and he's moving around and shooting guns. That like you have to have shields and you have to maintain other systems of the ship. Adds a lot more depth to the game.
Who's going to shoot one guy? Come on. Come on. Just find one random thing and I'll just start shooting at it just to show combat. No, nothing.
Empty space.
Yeah, give you some empty space. Let's go back. Riveting gameplay. Lots of clicking. Let's see. Let's click on that. See, you can see the person's. They have right now. They have food and rest. There's a little food mat. There's a little bed. All right. There's a little time. We're waiting to get the jump going. Okay. So here's the spare parts for people to fix. The hull can get holes and bad mojo and that sort of stuff.
We don't have anybody get sucked out like alien style, do we?
It's possible, but it's a little hard to have happen. But it can happen, and it's a pain in the butt when it does. See you right here. Okay, all right, there we go. Hail. What do you want? You need something done? Establish a trade center between Blobbit's Ferry. Okay, so he wants me to go out to a place called Blobbit's Ferry, which is up here. So let's boop. Calculating jump. So I'm gonna go to some weird ass name of a place called Bogblot's Ferry. Yeah, whatever. Thanks. Let's speed it, and we're creeping along. Reticulating splines, calculating jump, asteroid field. Oh no, Billy. Yeah, whatever. And we're going again. Look at the beautiful background. Ooh, it's space.
It's always so much brighter, in games than it really is.
Yeah. Oh, yay! And look, they like us a little bit more now. We got some cash. And I don't want to establish any trade routes. So let's just do this instead. Oh, we can't kill people at space stations. Those sons of fish. It's probably for your own safety, honestly, because the space station would eat your lunch.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a guy.
Oh.
Hi, I don't know you, but I'm going to do that thing where I shoot you.
Let's see what happens.
So I have one thing, and that's my machine gun. So let's go ahead and target here. You can zoom out to see the ships.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Or you can zoom in and... It's paused because I went red alert. Oh, he said screw you and ran away.
Hyperspace.
But let's go over here then. He went having none of that. He's scared of my machine guns. Machine guns are going to get you. If not the rhythm. Oh, look, there's another guy. He don't like me either. His name's Nelson. I'm going to shoot him right there. Boop. Here come the bullets. See, there go. Whoa. Does he have shields? Let's find out. Yes, there. Oh, they're actually hitting him. Let me make sure my shields are going good. Machine gun, yeah. That's right, buddy. Eat my machine gun in space. Oh, that's a big Oh, crud.
What?
Well, while I'm busy shooting, my invaders are they beam some freaking invaders on my ship.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. I got
See these guys here. You shoot them.
Trojan horse.
You machine gun, keep shooting. Oh, they're not happy that I'm shooting them. Ooh, still brutal.
Jojo doing the hand-to-hand here.
Nah, he's got a gun. Sure.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Damn it, Jojo, shoot her. Shoot the pirate. You help him. They don't seem to want shooting a pirate. I don't know what the heck's up. Attack. Them. Jojo. Attack. Get him. What are you gonna do? Oh yeah. Super speed.
Oh,
We're dying. Actually, I think we're winning. Look at their health.
Oh yeah, sure.
Let's check out this shit. Oh yeah, they got like holes and sparks and nastiness happening. But anyhow, bang, bang. There we go. It's coming along.
Yeah. It's an interesting take. You usually don't put the sim style orthographic gameplay with ships and starships and such. So it's interesting.
We kind of picked a fight that we didn't need to. And normally you'd make some money like I do doing the opening of those trade routes, and then you buy some better weapons like some photon, some sort of like explosive torpedo thing.
Yeah.
And maybe some like teleport interdictors, because that's the last thing you need. These guys teleport on your ship shooting you while you're trying to shoot their ship.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's a pain. Or you could build up your guys and get a good security force with some good guns and do the opposite, where you can
go and commandeer. And
right. Anyhow, I really like the iOS game of it that came out. It's pretty cheap to get now. And I've got high hopes for this game. It's been kind of like been worked on for quite a while. It's a small team. I really can't give it a grade per se like normal. If you're into messing with alphas and it looks fun, hit it up. If not, once it actually comes out, I'll probably kind of revisit it and say, hey, look, here's the done stuff. The planet stuff has been kind of shoved to finish the space part and the maps, the traveling.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do that to planets, just like space stations. But then sometimes you can explore. And then sometimes there's missions where you have to go and kill people down there.
Right.
So That was Star Command Galaxies. So it's a fun little indie game. And sunglasses done. No, we're good. Mostly. I need a little more blue. Everyone needs a little blue in their life. That's what this is. This is really... See, the reason that this just came out is Gargamel finally caught himself some Smurfs. That's what you give to
That's what... Oh, okay. So Smirnoff is people? Or is Smurfs, I guess?
Only the blue one. Other than that, he has stuff. It's probably just leftover Zima.
Yeah, probably. We didn't sell any of this, and we have like oceans of it. So
rivers of livers and oceans of Zima. MASH.
Yeah.
River of liver and ocean of fish.
Oh gosh.
Anyhow, ever onward. Table talk, aka let's talk about some stupid game.
Yeah,
it's not stupid though. We are today talking about a game called. I'm going to try to lift the box up and show you and spill my pieces everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Sheriff of Nottingham. This is a kind of wheeling, dealing, bluffing type game where one person takes a turn playing as the sheriff. They get to set it in front of them and look at them. That's a nasty looking dude.
It's nice and obnoxious.
Like, your taxes are late. Taking your daughter. She's coming with me. Game, the play rotates. Everyone takes turn playing the sheriff. Depending on how long you want the game is how many times everybody plays as a sheriff. Everyone draws 6 cards and then decides what goods they want to send to market. Then they put them in their little handy-dandy pouch with the snap. Once everyone has drawn cards and put their little handy-dandy pouch down, they have to declare what's in the pouch to the sheriff. Now, you can't declare multiple things. Like, you can't say, I have apples and chickens. You have to just say, I've got apples. And you have to just say the right amount of cards that's in the package. Because you give the package to the sheriff, and he has to decide whether to open it. So he can feel how many cards are in there. So if you're lying about that, it's automatically breaking the rules. Now, so say I give this package to Mr. Sheriff, and I tell him, rules specifically state you have to look the sheriff in the eye and tell him what's in there. And I say, Sheriff, there are 4 chickens I'm bringing to the market. Now, he can look at it and go, I don't know if I believe you, because there's contraband in the game as well. Contraband's worth a lot more money, and sometimes they're just, you don't have 4 chickens, but you want to get 4 things to the market. Maybe I got 3 chickens and an apple. The sheriff can decide, well, he doesn't believe you, so make it worth his while to believe you. So you can offer him some of your gold. Or say, well, Sheriff, when these chickens get to market, I will gladly give the proceeds of those 2 chickens to you. So he could choose to say, okay, and accept your bribe, and then he just gives the package back to you. Or he can decide to refuse the bribe, and he opens it. Now, once the sheriff has broken the seal, he can't change his mind. It's too late. You've refused the bribe. You have to go ahead and check. Another important rule in the game is the quote-unquote honor among thieves, is once you make a deal that would take place on this turn, you have to be able to back the deal up. So I said, when I get to market, I will give him 2 chickens. Well, it's this turn, so I have to do it. Now, if I said, when I have to inspect goods, I will let you pass no matter what, that's a different turn. I don't have to honor that deal. I only have to honor deals that are made the turn, the round that's on. However, if you don't honor the deal later, you will, of course, have in-game repercussions with, players deciding to just not like you.
Call your bluff next time.
So if the sheriff decides to open the package and he was right, he gets extra monies. And monies can equate to points at the end of the game. If he was wrong, he has to pay the guy extra money, saying, oh, I'm sorry that I thought your chickens were apples. So at the end of the game, you add up how much gold you have left, plus the value of any of the goods you have, and you get bonus points, like say you have the most number of bread that made it to market. You are considered the bread king, and you get extra points for bread. Overall, it's a pretty fun game. It can be pretty quick. It's got neat little player cards, and there are, what, 6 of them? Yeah, 6 of them. So, 6 players, no problem. Everybody knows how to play and are willing to just have fun and wheelie-dealy, even 6 players. everyone taking 2 turns as a sheriff, an hour at most.
Yeah.
So I like the game. I like the kind of like bluffy type game. So it's a lot of fun. There's some strategy. An important thing to note also, or important strategy in the game is cards can get discarded when your next turn comes up. You can discard cards and then draw cards to get back up to 6 cards in your hand. Now, at the discard and draw card starts from the sheriff's left and goes around. So, but when you draw the cards, you can draw them from the cards that other people had just discarded. Now, they're discarded face up, so everyone can see what you're getting. And when you do draw them, you have to draw from the discard first. You can't draw, I'm going to draw a couple from the discard, and then a couple from the draw that's face down, then back to the discard. But that's kind of interesting. I mean, if you see somebody discarding something that you want, you can go through the discard deck, but you have to go in order, too. So if they discarded the 3rd one down, sorry. I like the game. I like the game a lot. We haven't gotten to play it too much. Because like I said, Stacy's not a big fan of the bluffy games. And she's usually a game night. And we don't want to alienate her too much. I have to live with her. She's going to put, Epicac in my Wheaties next day. Can't have that.
But a table full of unscrupulous blokes would have a good time with this.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. And you could vary the rules with not only do you have to pay the penalty and pay, but some sort of shot thing. So
yeah, okay.
It's always good to try and mix
everybody nice and right.
That's right. So Sheriff of Nottingham, pretty good game. I recommend it, especially if you got a couple of friends who like to lie to each other's faces and sell chickens. But what else we got? Let's go ahead and look at the items real fast. Contraband wise. You've got pepper, mead, silk, and crossbows. I mean, that sounds like, what the heck is that? Not contraband. Well, you have to remember, this is in the 1600s. That's royal stuff right there. Pepper. They didn't spice their food. It was overly salted, or it was gamey as hell, and they just ate it. They didn't put any stuff on it. Maybe they rubbed some grass on it.
I lump you and your spice.
That's right.
You should be banished, sir.
There's also a group of items called royal goods that they are count as contraband, but at the end of the game, they revert. It comes down to when you're trying to figure out who is the bread king or whatever. If you have the what is it, rye bread? Yeah, rye bread. It counts as 3 bread in terms of determining who is the king.
Gotcha.
So it's just kind of little bonus points. It's not really necessary to play, but it's fun extra little strategy because during the game it still counts as contraband. And contraband also, nobody knows what you have for contraband. Contraband, when it gets to your market, is played face down until the end of the game.
Makes sense.
You don't sell that on the open market. That's bad.
It's all black market stuff.
That's right. Alrighty, so now it is time for hat. Let's see. Is there anybody? Last chance. Let's not yell, but we will say last chance for song ideas. No, nothing. Bueller. Okay. Let's see what kind of random words we can get. See if we can get something good to sing.
Should be interesting.
Fairytale. All right. Well, we'll give everyone nothing there. Let's double check the twit space. The twit space. See if anybody maybe tweeted. We discussed that last week. The past tense of tweeted.
Oh,
we were like tweeted, twatter.
Oh gosh,
it got bad. But that would be horrible. By horrible, I mean yeah. So as always, of course, the fun and exciting downtime part where we look and see. Nope, nobody emailed.
Very well.
No tweeter action. Nope. So we are going with Fairytale. Sorry, I don't have a lion hat.
It's all good.
But it's a cat. It's a big cat with balls.
That is it. And they're like around your neck, so you like a ball chinian. You just gotta dangle.
It's the ball. They
there
keep it toasty. It's toasty that way.
Nice. Yeah, you gotta keep the balls warm.
So the balls are keeping my other way around. Okay, Fairytale. The hardest part is coming up with the song rhythm I want to emulate or whatever, because it always ends up being apparently on top of Old Smoky / top of spaghetti or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And I had one earlier. I was like, I need to use that one because that'll work. Fairytale. Beverly Hillbillies, maybe. Listen to a story that happened long ago. There was a prince and princess. You probably know. They did some stuff, and happily ever after. Fairy tale. It's what we're after. Princes, folks. Dragons. Fairy godmothers.
And Spriggans.
And Spriggans, too. So, how'd the story go? There's Princess pricked her finger. What's she gonna do? She's asleep. Go figure. Prince kills some dragon or something else and then kisses the girl and she wakes up. Date rape, folks. Don't touch that. There. Fairy tale. Not bad. Could be better.
Hey,
that's what we're going with. It's never something I think of. Like, I'll drive or I'll be home later and I'll think of the perfect song. It'll just be perfect.
Yeah.
But it's too late now.
That's why you keep a recorder, man. That way you can just,
yeah,
blurt it out and,
Yeah, set up a YouTube compilation of revised, not so improv songs.
Be in the bathroom and talking, like taking a dump.
Hey, the bathroom has the acoustics that you need when you were younger and you had to record your songs.
The acoustics, and for some reason, like divine inspiration comes in either the toilet or like the shower. Like seriously, that's when it happens.
It's the proximity to the semi-dirty water. That's it's going down the drain or you're making it. So, I managed to screw my timer up, but we're going to keep going. We got a little bit more here. Okay, time for those nerd questions that you were so excited about.
All right, let's do it.
Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back or Khan? Who was the better villain?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see here. I would say. Okay. Let me ask you a question to kind of get
framework. Right.
Yeah. So, under what lens are we looking at as far as the nature of the villain?
Let's just say things like can cause the most trouble for the good guys.
Okay.
And overall aspirations and, nastiness.
Right. Okay. So by this metric, I would say that Darth Vader is probably the most proliferate of the two in terms of villainy, in that Darth Vader is essentially like the second in command of like the whole empire, right? So he can not only kill the good guys, he's essentially spent about 30 years or so, almost 30 years or so, wiping out,
good guys.
He's
been killing good guys. He's a career good guy killer.
Right,
at this point.
It's like
younglings.
Yeah, younglings, and himself and everybody else. So yeah, he's been unusually adept at ending the life of heroes. That said, I think Khan's rage is a lot more violent. I would say, as far as physical strength, they're probably about the same. But as Khan is gangster, right? Because Khan is the guy who can sit on the ship and say, "Well, Kirk, now you will feel what I felt." That kind. He can do it in a poetic way, and he's taking technology that he has no idea about. This guy wakes up and he's like a couple hundred years later after he's around, and all of a sudden knows how to not only have his men pilot ships, but can outsmart current captains of said ships. Like, that's a big deal.
Right.
But I would say as far as being able to do the most damage and the most dirt to good guys, Darth Vader. See, Khan can take the Enterprise down, and if Kirk, played by the rules, he probably would have. But the thing about Khan is that's pretty much it. Then he would have gone off to some corner of the galaxy and done this thing.
Tried to start being Darth Vader and slowly built his own empire.
But Darth Vader's already the man. I mean, when you got corporate backing like that,
That's what it is. It's corporate backing. Now, what about motivation? Who had really the better motivation to be a bad guy?
Okay, better motivation. Now, the thing that I've always thought, the thing that makes the bad guy so good in that you like him or that he's convincing, is that you got a guy who thinks he's doing what's right.
Exactly.
It's just not jiving with what most people think, right? And on that, I would also have to side with Vader because remember, Khan is engineered to be pardon my language, a dick, right? So because of that, he's just fulfilling his role. He's just like, I'm going to wear your Starfleet emblem as I try to take down all of you. I'm going to mock all of you. Vader isn't so much mocking the heroes. Vader is a guy who thought he was doing the right thing. So we found out in episode 3, he thinks he's doing the right thing. He's just not all that right once he realizes he hasn't. Because he's like,
he's kind of stuck once he's there. He's like, well,
yeah. So like the girl,
burn the bridges.
So like imagine you're Super Mario and you're going through all the castles trying to save the princess, right? So the princess is, there, and then you get to her and she's like, yeah, you're not saving me. Like, Bowser's actually kind of cool and he's bigger than you. So then Mario gets mad and then like starts force choking her. Like that's the same thing that we saw in episode 3. It's like, come on, man. Like you went and slaughtered a bunch of younglings for what? To save one person's life, you're gonna kill the lives of all these people. But that said, he thought he was doing what was right. And then by the time he gets lured into the dark side and becomes Vader in proper, once all the mechanical limbs and samurai helmet and all of it are in place, now he really believes in what he's doing. And so I think that always makes a stronger case for a villain than just, this guy that was kind of bred for destruction. That makes him more dangerous, at least in the short term. But like I said, when you back up from it, look at the big picture, that's your guy.
I agree with you. That's okay. Next one. Now, straight up Star Trek. I'm going TV show stuff only. Forget movies because they can go off more of a tangent.
They do.
Who, in and of themselves, is the more capable person in a jam as captain?
Okay, so we're comparing the captains of the TV shows.
Of the TV shows.
All right.
I mean, like, when I think of them, Janeway is, like, at the bottom of the list. I mean, you better not you like Janeway or not. What did she really do other than get mad? She did a little bit of negotiation and stuff, but she definitely isn't on par with anybody in any of the categories. You don't really see her having any knowledge of anything really either.
Right, and this is like the Trump of the current weird election cycle we're in. I run this ship. I call the shots. I don't know much, but I got people who do. So
Chicote. It's just
you do that. We got science officers. We got all these people who are smart minds. I'll just get them to do it, and I'll just be the front woman for it. Which is fine, but Voyager also was more of a matter of survival,
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I don't think that she really pushed a strong leadership in Voyager either.
I mean, I'm with it. It just wasn't, the case wasn't as strong as in the other shows. Now, with that said, I think Picard is the more capable diplomat.
Definitely.
And in that period in Star Trek, you're in a place where things need to be diplomatic. I mean, we're not fighting the Klingons at that point. We're making first contact with a bunch of different races and all this stuff. You need a diplomat. You don't really need the cowboy. See, like Kirk's the Yahoo. Kirk's the guy that just says, you know what? And he,
Kirk overall has decent leadership.
Yeah.
And he punches guys and gets
slowly like this, and then you hear, then you hear the sound effect, and the guy rolls over.
I mean, he's definitely just kind of gung-ho leadership in a lot of ways, and he has a little bit of like a force of personality, which is one of the things I think really that Cisco is kind of underrated on is
Yes.
his force of will and personality.
He is.
Because, I mean, you don't really think about it, but the situation he in was the worst, even compared to, like, Voyager, was almost the worst situation of any of the captains.
Absolutely.
He's right there at the door to the war. It's
and
like
he's stuck.
It's like if the Nazis had to all come through this one door to shoot at Switzerland, and he was the guy standing there trying to keep it from happening, whatever.
And he's stuck. He's on the station. He's on the station.
Right.
I mean, they may be able to move it a few,
Eventually, they gave him the Defiant just to give him a couple story sides, but he wasn't even Defiant. That's like, here, we got to give Worf something to do. Worf, you have shit.
Right. Exactly. Free upgrade. But yeah, I think out of all the captains, the one that's shown to be the most capable is probably Sisko, and I like how they wrote his character to be, like, in some ways almost an antithesis to Picard. Picard was the idealistic diplomat, easygoing.
Yeah.
We'd rather save as many lives as possible. And Sisko's like, look, all right, that's nice and everything, but this is what we got going on here. Like you said, I'm in the one corridor. I'm in, like, the Thermopylae where everybody's trying to come in, and I'm the only thing keeping these guys from getting through. So,
and it's not even our damn station. We just found it. Like, hey, that place is cool. It's appointing. Let's take it. I think really Sisko is kind of in the middle in a lot of ways between Kirk and. I mean, he's obviously more well-read than Kirk, but he's definitely not Picard, I like art and archaeology and I dig rocks.
I think he even says a couple times, I'm not Picard, like...
Probably.
So, yeah, I like that there's a middle ground because you get the best of both of them, So
and we're obviously not counting when he becomes some sort of super semi-god guy.
The hero had to become a god. And I was talking to Troy about this a few weeks ago, but, that's the path of the hero. See, and not to go into the
legend almost.
But the Heru, the hero figure of Egyptian mythology, that's where we get the word hero from. The path of the hero is to become the god. That's why they always show you, like, in Stargate, when the guys show up and they got this. They got this symbol, and they see the symbol, and they say, "Oh, you're a god. We're going to worship you as a god because it was prophesied that you would come here and you would have this symbol, and the stars are all aligned, and everything's great." That's part of it, but another part of it is to be reminded you're just a man, that you as well can bleed, and that's a large part of it, and I think that was part of the symbolism they wanted to kind of throw in to show you the symbol, but not tell you what it means, So yeah, but I really like the way they did, the way they wrote Sisko and the way they played him out throughout the series.
Yeah, I like Sisko too. Of course, that's my favorite of their TV shows too. So maybe I'm biased, but
Hey, bro.
Sisko's cool. Alrighty, so yes, boys and girls, I'm breaking stuff. Social interaction. Nobody's watching to say nothing. Nope. We're already kind of over time anyways, but we knew we would because Darriel has stuff to say.
Yeah, I blather and I run my mouth.
So, no problem. That works for me. As always, like my stuff, subscribe to my stuff. Don't leave a comment why you didn't. Send me an email, james@thejamesshow.com. Go to the jamesshow.com website, Twitter, it's thejamesshow00. Leave a comment here, leave a comment there. Tell me stuff. I'll respond. Are you mad because I named the title Jason versus Bread versus Cyclops, but Cyclops wasn't involved in the fight? There was Cyclops. I played as him in Marvel. Anyhow, I'm James. That's Darriel. We're coming at you live at the time of this recording from downtown kitchen overlooking the scenic height chart, and we will see you next time.